Welcome. Well, the snow has finally arrived. We're going to put the snowplow on the 2024 CanAm Commander XTP. This is all CanAm factory parts, and I'll walk you along through the process. Okay, so we have a bundle of parts. Now what do? First thing we want to do is go over to the internet and Google a BRP instructions. None of the CanAm products come with instructions, so you have to go do this whenever you buy a specific CanAm part. You simply take your model number or your part number, enter it in here, and it's going to give you the latest up-to-date instruction set. It'll pull up a search with all the likely matches, and ours is the most applicable one is this one right here. And I'm just going to show you an example of what that looks like. And this is a CanAm instruction sheet. Gives you a list of materials, lists all your torque specs at the top, which is kind of handy, and then it takes you step by step through the process. Each one that I've used, it is a little cumbersome. Sometimes they don't make a lot of sense. You got to read through it 2 or 3 times, so make sure you read the whole instruction sheet before you start. First off, we're going to go for the roller fair lead installation. Now, ironically, I didn't install this one for a couple of reasons I'll show you in a minute, but I'm going to take you through the process. First thing you want to do is unlock your winch, and that'll allow you to pull your cable out to give you some working room. Next, you're going to remove the cotter pin. After that cotter pin removal, there's a bolt basically on each side. Really hard to get to. I found using a combination wrench on the back side to hold the nut made this achievable. And then just repeat on the other side. You can see what I mean about putting the wrench in there and fish it back there. You'll be able to feel that nut. So the idea behind this new fair lead is it gives you a larger diameter bottom roller, which increases the D to D ratio, or the diameter to diameter ratio of the cable versus the roller it's going over. The idea there is to prevent the cable from kinking, and what I found is in the Commander, once you get this thing all set up, there's not an extreme side load on that cable against the roller. And one of the things I didn't like is that once you put this in, the swedge won't go through there. Now, it's not a huge deal, as you can simply unbolt that upper roller, slide it through, and then install it. But I like to keep my cable retracted tight, so when I'm using it the 99% of the year, that cable's taut, not bouncing around. You can choose whether or not you want to use that. Okay, next up is the actual mounting plate. These are the fasteners you're going to use. I went ahead and wiped off the mating surface, obviously, so you don't get bits of debris stuck in here. And one of the key notes is notice this little flange or little bevel that was on there. And you'll see the little blue drain bolt right there. your front differential. I slowed it down so you can kind of see where this is going in because it's pretty tricky, but there's the mounting hole right underneath the blue train nut. That bevel's going to go right there. And torquing the base plate up. Just refer to your instruction sheet for the proper torque specs. And this comes out looking pretty good. It's nice and low profile. You could hardly even tell once this gets dirty that it's an added plate for a snowplow or accessory. Okay, now the meat and potatoes. This is the main assembly for the snowplow. Now there's really not a lot to this step except for removing the packaging. This unit's pretty much fully assembled, which makes it nice. Next up on our list is going to be attaching the snowplow blade itself to the main frame assembly. The whole bag of hardware that we're going to use for this step. This took probably the most time out of the whole thing. Pay attention to the assembly there. You can pause it and refer to it. It took me a while after staring at the instructions to figure that assembly order out, but here's how it goes together. Now, the interesting part is you got to press those two spacers into the flanges of the snowplow blade itself. What I found the easiest was to assemble it and then actually just tighten it in place, which is going to drive those spacers into their correct mounting location. Trick here is just making sure that it's going in as uniform as it can be so that it doesn't bind up on you when you're seating these. And one will probably start going before the other one. Just continue on. It'll hit that big spacer and stop, and then the other one will start. Now this is the second one is starting to go in. And once it's all complete, we're just going to go ahead and reverse the process and take this apart. Speed it up a little bit here for you. And when you're done, you should have those two little spacers flush against the flanges. And this will repeat that process with the other side. Okay. The easiest way I found to install this was to keep the blade laying flat on the ground and then just put the mounting assembly upright on it. It balances really well. It may even have a helper hold it up for you. But it just goes on the inside of those flanges, and then you install the fasteners we just took out back in, and that'll lock the whole assembly in place. Okay, the next thing we're going to tackle is the spring assembly that attaches to the snowplow blade. You're going to want to preset your eye bolts. This one is 1 1/8 inch, and that's going to be your lower one. Goes in this orientation right here. And then the upper one's 1 3/4 inch. And that's outlined in the instructions. It's all variable depending on what model you're using as well. And you're just going to loosely assemble the hardware, just enough to get the nut on the end of that eye bolt. Then install the spring to it. Okay, once you have that assembly complete, start tightening it. I found holding it with a screwdriver or something similar on the eye bolt side let you tighten that up nice and snug. And then you're just going to repeat the process over on the other side. What these springs do is they allow the blade to flex, like if you hit something hard or immovable, like a curve or a stump head or anything, it allows that blade to tilt forward without causing damage, and then it just snaps back into position. Now, depending on the model you have, these pins are going to be in different locations. On the Commander, that's the position mine was supposed to be in. And then also, this shim or spacer goes in a particular orientation. For the Commander, it's that one. And what that does is it gives it a preset tilt relative to the machine you're putting it on, so that the angles are all correct. Now for the actual installation, we can attach the cable, and it's as simple as lifting up and clicking it in. That's it. I was really impressed with the ease of that system. The cable then just goes through this little support eyelet, as you saw me install there, and then you simply retract the winch. And that's what's going to provide the operation for your snowplow. The next thing we're going to do is adjust the standoff cups or support cups. Now these keep the blade just off the ground, and what I ended up using a square because they recommend 1/8 inch. That was 1/8 inch, so I just stuck it underneath the blade to try to help better support that in the correct position. This will take a little bit of finagling because you'll have play in there as you're adjusting that cup. I found after I used it that I did have to come back and adjust this one more time, so maybe go a little high and then let it settle out. And you should adjust the locking nut to keep that in position. Okay, the last assembly piece, if you have this option, I went and I got the marking rods. They're basically fluorescent orange extension rods, so you can see where the ends of your snowplow are when you're sitting in the vehicle. I found this really helpful. I'd highly recommend it. And there's a little dimple for the top location. You just mark that, pre-drill it. And then what I recommend is drilling the correct size hole for the next one, and then getting your actual mount, and then mark the second hole. So first one's easy, it's there for you, and then you're just gonna mark the second one and drill your hole. Now it is recommended in the instructions to use Loctite. I applied some, put it on there. I don't know how essential that is because you have a jam that essentially holding that in place as well, but I did it anyway, so use your own discretion at that. And these are just about 18 inches tall and give, like I said, some extra visibility when you're sitting in the cab to be able to see where the edge of your snowplow is. And here it is fully assembled. This is the mechanism that allows you to tilt left and right. There is a power actuator that I may get down the road. Here in Washington State, it doesn't snow all that often, so I wanted to try this out first, and without the added expense of that adjusting arm. Just for my needs, I didn't think I needed it, but I may get it in the future if it ever goes on sale or whatnot. Another thing that's available is a limit switch or safety switch. I do have it, I have not installed it, but I may make a video just separately on that because there's electrical connections and whatnot involved. Well, as you can see, there's no snow. I survived the winter with one snowplow session and was greatly impressed at the performance of the snowplow for the CanAm. It plowed this driveway with ease, took 2 passes, one up, one down for a 14-foot wide driveway. Not too bad. And the features that come along with this snowplow from CanAm are incredible. The ease of adjustment for the tilt of the blade, rotation of the blade, along with the quick removal and installation, makes this a plus in my book. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would. Installation took a little bit, but hopefully this video helps you figure out some of the nuances when installing the snowplow and makes your installation go smoothly if you choose to get one of these. Thanks for watching today, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It means a lot to me, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Take care.